name is Golder. I'm broadcasting live at the Performing Arts Theatre at Adeleke University for the AUFBSS Mass Communication chapter. Today we are talking about the Mass Media Day, and that's what they are celebrating over here today. The theme basically summarizes up about the media, law and politics. It will be properly scrutinized by a well-versed professional and mass communication expert over here in the school. Stay tuned with us. Thank you.
Remain standing, all area and princess for the national and school anthem. For her spoken words.
Take your stories like a charm and let people talk about your stories. To the ones in 200 level and to 400 level, we are communicators. Let's show the world what we can do. Unlike motivational speakers, we don't smoke talk, we speak facts like scientists. We make research like the Greek god of the sun. We illuminate the world, every corner and every walk of life cannot do without communicating. We have experienced communication is very important.
Our very first edition of our media day. I'm so happy to see every single one of you here. So today we're going to be talking about a very important topic. So you know how basically the election came and what happened. We're so glad that we have an amazing guest today to give us a highlight and go in depth into our topic. And I pray that you enjoy. Adeleke has 2 degrees in law, first at National University of Nigeria, and the second one at Leeds City University, Ibadan. He attended the Nigerian Law School, Abuja, for his BL. He joined the Tribune newspaper as a reporter in January 1992 and rose to become an associate editor. Having been called to the Nigerian bar, Barrister Adeleke was made head of the legal department of the Tribune newspaper. Barrister Adeleke has just completed his master's in law at the University of Ibadan. He is also happily married with beautiful children. Let's welcome him.
Present-day society where technological innovation, the advent of social media, the rise of citizen journalism and proliferation of fake news has eroded the mainstream media. There is a need to call for a reform. The Association of Mass Communication Students, AMACOS, Adeleke University chapter marked the Media Day 2023, and it's with the theme Mass Media, Politics and Law, a critique of social media agenda in 2023 general election in Nigeria. Lecture was delivered by Barrister Wole Efunuga, a media law professional and legal luminary with experience in both media and law. In his remark, he emphasized on the need for journalists and journalism students to be aware of the various media law and ethics. He also reminded the students of the power they exude as fourth realm of the estate, hence discharging their duties without fear nor favor.
Or better still, journalists in Nigeria, and therefore give kudos to the brains that came up with this topic. I divided the topics into 5 legs. When I use the word leg in the legal terms, when you are making the prayers before the court, leg 1 of your prayer, leg 2, leg 3, to may lose legs 1, 2, 3, 4, and win leg 5, which will be the capital one. I remember a senior journalist during the court of appeal tribunal between the incumbent governor and his challenger. He just listened to the first and second legs of the court and went to the platform. Adeleke loses at appeal. Some of us are quick enough to caution him. How many legs of these prayers have you listened to? A senior journalist. you must exist on a long term. Don't jump into conclusion. Lo and behold, what he posted was a fallacy. Far from the truth. The senior journalist of our standing. Most of you sitting down here, over 60% of you, you cannot spend 24 hours without thinking of a name that is similar to what you have just pronounced. Are we communicating? The word that has to pronounce is penicillin. It has E at the end. Penicillin. Not penis, your phonetics. Penicillin. Doctor, I didn't know you came to the functions of the media by elaborating it. He said the P there, the first P. So persuasion. The media is how to persuade members of the public into taking certain decisions. Whether or not you take a decision. Persuasion. When you read or you hear from the media, you are persuaded into taking an action. The book authored by Dr. Adeleke was Mass Media Will Not Share. Mass Media, Mass Media Will Not Share. Will not share was what he used as a problem. Then P is for persuasion. E to educate. The first E there to educate. N for news. Because the app to get news. The first I to inform. The next I to interpret. S, of course, we said it must make fun. The last P, if the first one is education, the last P is entertainment. You are owing your members of staff 5 months' salary to the tune of about 250 million. Globalcom has placed advertisements in your paper, and the chairman of Globalcom has just called you. Your check is ready. Come and pick it tomorrow. And one of your roving reporters came to the news. Okay, I have a strong news. Front page in Adeleke impregnates housemaid. He wants you to publish that story for tomorrow, the day you go to Adelike's office, so that your check and the news will be on his table side by side, and will take a decision.
Sir, first of all, if the maid is not underage, then it is not a news story. If the maid was not raped, it is not a news story. If it's a consensual action, then the story will not be published. Because
if there is consent,
if there is consent between him and the maid, then it is not a news story. Yes, sir.
Because impregnating a maid.
It does not matter who she is or her role. But if it was that he raped the lady, that is a news story, sir.
My sister, your position is well noted. Now they say, okay, sir, just a minute, sir. They say when a man buys a dog, or when a dog buys a man, it is no news, Abi. That when a dog buys a man, it is no news. But when a man buys a dog, it is news. I always contest that position. If today, on your network, on your platform, stray dog buys Buhari in Nassau, we don't be a good news. That's a dog biting a human being. What ordinarily it is meant to do, Abi? They say when a dog bites a man, it is no news. A dog straying into Nassau with the retinue of security there, finding his way to where Buhari is seated. Those of you who are APC members here, I'm not saying God has beaten the president. It's a hypothetical situation, you know. What you are saying, it depends on the personality beaten by the dog. When a dog bites a man, that it should not ordinarily find his way there. It is news. My sister, Adeleke has enough resources, wealth, goodwill to marry 30 wives one day, like Fela did, if he wishes.
What we call tie-back. When you say, I do not have a maid, Adeleke, whatever I said, he does not have a maid. Talk of sleeping with the maid and all of that and all that. You have said what you have said. It will be recalled that some newspapers reported so and so and so and so and so. So you don't have to really stress yourself digging further and all of that. You don't have to.
The importance of a media day. First of all, media is every source of information. Media provides us with the various information that we need in the society. In democracy, the media is the fundamental life of the political life. It provides information to the people in the society.
Okay, nice.
If it's possible for us to have it twice or more than twice in a year, I would prefer that, because Media Day will actually help our students to know more about the media itself and how it can actually work out for them, and how they can actually make use of their media to assist the society.
Okay.
You also raised the fact that there was a bill introduced in the National Assembly in 2019, but it was the media that shut that bill down, kind of. And I begin to wonder if journalists, the mainstream media, are opposed to some of these unethical practices. Why should it be journalists like the NUJ, Nigerian Guild of Editors, that will oppose the Senate in a bill to curb the excesses of the social media? And I want to ask, has the Nigerian Tribune written an editorial on that? Is it in support? If yes, is it in support or not?
About your reputation first, not the money. Money will come later. And I gave the example, sir, of Femi Adesina, the current special advisor to Mr. President. I think from my own interaction with him and the other lady, what's her name, now the diaspora, that we will work together at NTA, but I think now, I cannot count how many times the money the woman is having. So please, my prayer for the younger generation that are coming behind is that reputation first, but the Lord will increase. And if will not only increase, He will supply all the
communicators. Greatest communicators. Greatest communicators. And on behalf of the department, we want to say a very big thank you to our guest speaker, Barrister Wole Efunyega. Barrister Wole Efunyega is my daddy, my boss, my teacher, and a mentor in the field. So we say thank you so much for this, because this is more of a class, and it was very, very interesting. In fact, today I gained more as a student of journalism, and as well as a teacher of journalism. I have also gained something today. So we say very big thank you on behalf of mass communication, Adeleke, FBSS, Adeleke University. Thank you so much. I want to thank our guest friend, who is also a colleague in the field. We say thank you so much for gracing this event today.
I would like to ask what you've gained, what you've learned from this whole program.
Okay, when the guest lecturer was delivering his speech, a question was thrown to him and said, can you make money as a mass communicator? He said something that before you think about making money, make yourself relevant. The only thing that I learned from him is that make yourself relevant in any field you find yourself. After making yourself relevant, the money will come.
Because what you learn in the classroom is not exactly as it is on the field. Another thing the guest speaker said about money. Youths are more, youth of now, they emphasize more on wealth, on money. You know, if it's not lucrative, financially, I'm not going to go to this field. I have observed some students who are running away from a particular area of specialization with the mindset that what's it called, the in public relations and advertising. That's where the money lies. So you have more students in public relations and advertising, and by the time you get to broadcasting, you most likely just a few of them. Even in journalism, you have just 4-5 students in journalism specialization. You have maybe like 10 thereabouts in broadcasting, and majority of the class are in public relations. Why? Because they believe money flows in public relations and advertising. But it's not all.
So I've learned that as a journalist, you should be accountable for all your actions. You should be someone who has integrity, and people should know you for what you are, for someone who is honest and is like the voice of the people. As a communications specialist, I have learned a lot from this media day today. You know, the place of law in media coverage and reportage is an issue, especially with the innovation of social media. And that was why we have a lot of issues with 2023 election. At the poll, just recently, last week, the election at, is it Taraba or Adamawa? You can see that there were so much controversies with the resident electoral commissioner and the commissioner, Yakub Mahmoud, the INEC chairman, Yakub Mahmoud. There have been issues with social media reportage of events. And when, as a journalist, you are empowered on what to say, when to say it. You are aware that there is a law of information. There is a law that talks about libel and slander. Then you will know what to do when you get to feed. You will know that your story must not be one-legged, like our guest speaker has said. It must have 2 legs for it to stand. And if it is a chair or a table, it must have 4. So you know that you verify and re-verify your sources of information before you actually go on social media or our traditional media of radio and television and newspaper, before you actually dish out your news. So today it's a good day for me and for the department. I know the students of the department had learned one thing or the other to equip them as they grow on this journey in their universities, and for those that are graduating and why they graduate, they know what it takes to be a journalist.
I pray that all this will help us in becoming future journalists, future contributors to the development of this nation in our own different ways, in the name of Jesus.
So first of all, I feel like as mass communication students, we should be given the opportunity to express and practicalize what we are studying. And the reason why we decided to do this media day was because we wanted our mass communication students to come out and showcase their talents, and also just understanding the parameters that surrounds mass communication. So the reason why we wanted to do media day was because we just wanted everybody, all mass comm students, just come out and basically have a feel of what the media would be like, a fraction rather. I really hope that this media day continue, because it seems like something that would project longer and seems like something that would be beneficial to our students, both academically, theoretically and practically. So yeah, that's my opinion on it.
That's a really nice one. Lastly, I would just ask you, what's the importance of media day to you?
Well, like I've said, to me, I feel like the media day is important for every mass communication student, because as the name implies, media day is the one day that we have set aside for ourselves as Adeleke University mass communication students. So basically, you know, just be us, be the media, because we are literally the media, and the media is everything. Without the media, the world is literally going to be on stagnant. We are literally going to be stagnant, and the media has to do with communication. So I feel like it's the one time that we have all like-minded creative minds come together, understanding that, you know, okay, fine, we're doing this because we're mass comm students, and it's the day that we set aside for us, genuinely for us. This is our day, our media day.
Welcome back. The event has been quite eventful. I know for me, and I bet for you also. Barrister Efonuga spoke extensively to us about the relevance of ourselves. He spoke to us about keeping up with the integrity first before money or the pursuit of it. He spoke to us about information, informing ourselves first before even thinking of informing others, and having one-legged research, not to have that but 2. Thank you for staying tuned with us. My name is Golderelua, and we hopefully want you to be here next year, next AMACOS Media Day. Thank you very much.